I think I might be on live, but I'm not sure. Hold on. Ah, there I am, but I'm not sure. I can hear myself, and you're going to hear me again if I don't fix this real quick. I'm not sure. I can hear myself, and you'll continue to hear me. There we go. Let's just mute that real quick. Good afternoon. Oh. Hold up. What's up, Leon? What's up, TJ? Hold on. A little more preparation was necessary today for some reason. I don't know why. It's running a little bit late. Let me turn this down a little bit more here. And let's try that right there. How's that angle? Coop, what's going on? The war between James and Trent. I don't get it. What did I miss? I always miss something. Unless... God damn it. I hate it when I don't know what's going on. You guys have to clue me in later on. So, anyway, welcome to episode 26 of the Interstate 19 report. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely, I'll check it out. I'm calling this one the Baby Shark edition. And the reason is, like, I kind of went on to Fitted live, I don't know, half hour or so ago, and while I was setting up the video, I pushed one of the little feature buttons, and it was all of a sudden I was like inside that Baby Shark song, and you get that. I don't know if any of you have, those of you that have kids, if you know about the whole Baby Shark thing, it gets in your head, and it's like you'll be driving or you'll be at work or doing other things we won't talk about here, and next thing you know you're going Baby Shark and it's really annoying. So I don't know, just off the top of my head. So anyway, welcome to Team Fitted TV, exclusively on YouTube. And I got quite a bit of stuff I want to go over today. So do I have a Madison Black Wolf fitted? I do not. Major League hats. I should know your real name, but it's escaping me at the moment. But I am happy to see you live. Big B, what's going on? I got some trash in the background there. Yeah, I actually had the office nice and clean yesterday, and then things just got out of hand as the day went on, and I just decided, screw it, whatever. We're all family here, right? Sergio, yes, of course, yes. And I know you on Twitter too, huh? In some other form, whatever. It's mind, when you get to be my age, this kind of stuff is mind numbing, because you've got Twitter and Instagram, and people have real names on Facebook, and now we got YouTube, and you know, all it's so hard. I'll be talking to people for years on Twitter, have no clue that I know them on Instagram. I think they're a completely different person. So you got to forgive me if I'm still catching up. And I'm actually going to address this sort of indirectly in a little bit. So let's get this show on the road here. And I'm going to start, as I always start, by not being completely prepared with my latest acquisitions. Forgot to take the one down. So, if you guys watched last week's show, you might remember I heard the doorbell. I was expecting a hat, hadn't arrived yet, whatever, and then I heard the doorbell ring. And then when I was done with the show, I opened the door, and there's a box sitting outside my office door. And it was from Dick's Sporting Goods. And Dick's had a sale. They were like selling fitted hats for like ridiculously cheap prices, like less than 15 bucks on some of the ones. And I got tipped off to the one that they were calling the workout hat for the All-Star game, formerly known as the Home Run Derby cap. Dick's was selling it as the home run derby cap, and I kind of want. I ended up chucking the box, but I kind of wanted to keep the box because I had heard that some people had had some experiences with their lids shipments or lids with their Dick's shipments where they were coming in like the bags and they were all jacked up and everything. Mine came in a really nice solid box, so props to Dick's for doing the right thing. But yes, I went ahead and I hooked this up. I got the Rockies, the actual team color in that style. No patch. There's no All-Star Game patch. But the difference between this one, I should have got the other one down for comparison. But the thing I like about this one, where I did not like the actual on-field workout cap or whatever. First off, this one doesn't look like a low profile, whereas the other one did. That was super annoying. But my stars are centered. So that made me very happy that this hat looks like a hat that I would be proud to wear, unlike that other one. So it's cool, and it was, I mean, after shipping and tax and everything, it was like 20 bucks. So it was pretty nice. Looks good. I got the old school Rockies batting practice jersey on. This is number 19. Ryan Spielborg's was this was actually his game worn jersey. So happy to have that. Got to represent, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to say this, but my first place Colorado Rockies. Yes. First place Colorado Rockies. Sounds good. I just hope we can maintain that. So anyway, that was one. And yeah, I only got 2 hats this past week. The second one was a very special one. The independent, I do have a section in here where I have all my independent baseball teams. I got a lot of Northern League, old school Northern League, handful of ones from here and there. Well, the American Association, which came out of the ashes of the Northern League. In fact, the St. Paul Saints are the only original Northern League team that are still active. Well, they had an expansion team this year, that league, and they're called the Chicago Dogs. And when their gear got posted, somebody posted, they had a little screenshot. I was like, I gotta have that hat. So I posted it to Team Fitted, and then next thing I know, we just happen to know someone in Chicago who's like, I will look into that. Joe, Worst Collection Wednesday Joe, Chicago Joe, hooked it up. Boom. Look at that. That is, I believe this is the away hat or the alternate logo, whatever. They do have another one that's solid red, and it just has the hot dog. But yeah, this is nothing on the back. It's made in the U.S. That's just sweet. I like this shade of baby blue. I don't have a lot of hats in this color, so it's kind of nice to have. But when I had to choose between having the big red hot dog with nothing on it and having something on it that at least gives the casual observer an idea of what the hell this is, I opted to go with this one, but I like it though. I really like it though. And Joe is explaining that the little asterisks or whatever that are on the hot dog represent something. I don't know. Chicago hot dogs, and I'm going to cause some controversy here, I'm sure, but the Chicago style hot dog is a lot like Chicago style pizza. I don't know. I'm not a big relish guy. I could do without the sport peppers, whatever. So, but anyway, it's a good looking hat. Very happy with this one though. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Also, the first time Joe appeared on Team Fitted TV, he ran a little contest, and this was like, I don't know, 8 years ago or something. Okay, maybe actually more like 4 months or whatever. But he said the first person to comment gets a free pair of socks, New Era socks. And so I was the first one. I was right there. Boom, nailed it. I finally got my socks. New Era The Crew. Nice green and black. Got the New Era logo right there. I wanted to wear these things so bad, but I wanted to show them off that I got these. So shout out to Joe for finally coming through. You know I love you. You know I appreciate you. So yeah, it was a good week for new releases. I got a boatload of stuff hopefully I'll have for next week's show. Some really cool stuff that I'm hoping to get in. So yeah, I'm just gonna say this real quick. You know, the pizza, okay, my favorite food is pizza, okay? Like, I could eat pizza 3 meals a day, every day, and be happy with it. If I have a Coke to drink with it, you know, because Coke better than Pepsi by a, yeah. So it cracks me up when I hear the whole Chicago or New York style pizza. Like, which one's better? Like, those are your only two options, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna lay this out. New York style pizza, I know I'm gonna piss people off here, so, you know, I'm gonna give you an email address that you can email your thoughts and everything. I'd be happy to read them on the air, okay? You shouldn't have to fold your pizza to make it substantial enough to actually eat, you know? What is that, you know? It doesn't make sense to me. It just does not make sense to me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. People are like, Brooklyn style pizza. No, it's garbage. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, you know, I should my pizza should not look like wall art, like something you can nail to the wall and it looks like a painting or something like that. It needs to have substance. It needs to have, you know, the cheese and the meat and the, you know, all the toppings. I mean, it's got to have some substance to it, not just fucking cheese and, you know, fold it over like you're folding over a newspaper. It just doesn't make sense to me. Having said that, you don't eat your fucking pizza with a knife and fork, okay? That doesn't make sense to me either. Your pizza, it's a pizza, not a Italian style cake or casserole or whatever. So when you say New York versus Chicago style pizza, to me, controversial opinion here, both of them are garbage. Just my opinion. To me, it's all about California style pizza. I don't like super thin crust. We had a chain out here called Straw Hat Pizza. For my money, sadly my local one closed a couple of years ago, but for my money, that's the best pizza I've ever had. They used to make a sourdough crust pizza. It was just absolutely just the best ever. So that's all I got to say. I'm gonna watch my viewership plummet. I'm gonna get hate mail over this. It's gonna be pretty sweet, actually. Actually, I hope that happens with the hate mail. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, little side opinion. I didn't mean to go on the pizza tangent, but you know, it happens. Next topic I want to get into is the Lids Ultimate Hat Collection contest. Some of the finalists, and we believe all of the finalists, did get notified yesterday that they were in fact chosen to be finalists. And in case you guys don't know, I was the 2017 winner. I got the Lids. This is the one of one. This sits way up high. I don't ever take this down. This is like my trophy. But yeah, one of one, Lids, 2017 Ultimate Hat Collector. That's me. I busted this out on a Team Fitted live video a couple weeks ago. I will put it on again here. I don't wear this hat out. You know, people were like, hey, you should go to Lids and wear that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That'd be funny, but anyway, I am ecstatic at the opportunity to pass this torch on to someone else. So I was really anxious to see who the finalists were going to be. And then yesterday, they kind of started trickling in. People were making announcements, and it was pretty awesome. So, you know, I don't think Lids has made the official announcement yet if they're going to go off of kind of how they did it last year. There's a little bit of, you know, they make the announcement. They announce to the individual. They get a post via Instagram. And we're at the Hat Club, yeah. And then they want you to send in some photos, a video, a bio, stuff like that, and then they'll make a post that basically outlines, kind of gives bios of all of the winners, or all of the finalists rather, and then there's a voting period. So it's pretty cool. So this has already been talked about. Some people have already posted. So I hope I'm not breaking any rules or violating any trust with lids or anything. But you know, so it looked like the 5 finalists, because that's what we had last year, 5 finalists. You know, we're all people in the close fitted family that we have here. I know all these people, so I was very, very happy to hear, and I'm gonna read them off in order of how I found out, or in order of who I found out were finalists. So, Maren Ludwig, and I hope I'm saying that right. Some female representation. I think that's awesome, and I want to say something about that too. Maren is not a finalist because she's female. That would be garbage, in my opinion. She's a finalist because she earned it and she belongs there. The way she rolls out her hats, like she gets hats, you know, you know, and I'm not knocking anyone's collection. I think anybody who collects, they should be proud of their collection, but she rolls out hats, and it's like, damn, I want that hat. Like, how does she get that hat? She's got connections that are just amazing, and I find that I found that I started reaching out to her for information because she was getting some hats that, you know, she had some inside information on, like, you know, details about the history of the hat and stuff like that. So yeah, so she absolutely belongs on this list, and I was rooting for her pretty much from day one. So very proud that she's one of the finalists. Tim Arzaga, and if I'm mispronouncing your name, that's only fair because in the Team Fitted TV promo, you mispronounced my name, so we're all even. He's also known as a SD Hat Guy on Instagram and on Twitter as well. He's got a Padres collection. I've been told I got a lot of Rockies hats. Rockies are my team. I love the Rockies. I've got overall 150 or so Colorado Rockies hats. Tim's San Diego Padres collection puts mine to shame. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, I look at his and I'm just like, Jesus, like, where do these even come from? Like, it's just, he's amazing. So, he's a good guy, well worthy of being a finalist. Yeah, proud that I know him too. Deuce. And I'm gonna make a confession here about this guy. So, like, he's got, okay, his first name's Joshua. I don't even know his last name, okay? I see him on Facebook and everything like that. You know, I took some time away from Team Fitted, and when I came back, there's all these people here, and I'm watching some of the videos and stuff like that, and everybody's going, Deuce, this, Deuce. And I'm like going, are they saying Deuce, or are they saying Deuce, and are they referring to this guy? Like, I don't know. That's how late I came in, and so, yeah. So it took me a long time before I actually realized that was the guy they were referring to. But yeah, big Dodgers fan. Second place Dodgers. It's all good though. So I'm, you know, and he's another guy. He's a really good guy, and he's got, like, I know he's got some, like, secret projects that he works on that has to do with, like, he's got connections too within the hat organizations, and he's got some really cool stuff that he has too. So he's another one that is worthy because he is a true collector. And so that's 3. Robert Pierce, aka Big Rob, and he's usually on here watching, and I haven't seen him, but I haven't been reading the comments all that much here. But Tulsa boy, he's representing Oklahoma, and his pictures, if you saw his pictures, he actually went to the Tulsa Driller Stadium and had his stuff taken there, and just amazing. He was the first one I started seeing, like, pictures, you know, that looked like they were specifically for this contest. So when I saw him, I was like, oh man, it's on. He's, to me, he's kind of the early favorite. I'm not playing any odds. I'm not playing any favorites here. Everybody's rolled out some real cool stuff. But when I first saw his, I was like, man, it's going to be tough. Some people better be stepping their game up if they're going to compete with Big Rob. I do know a couple of hats that he doesn't have in his collection. But him and I are going to talk about that soon. I know I keep saying that, but we're going to talk about that. And then Tyler Hunsaker. And he's big into Braves hats. Like he has this massive Braves hat collection. And he's got other stuff too. I'm pretty sure he's from Utah because he likes a lot of Utah-based teams, but I'm not really sure. And that's important to me. These are details I need to find out because I'm a big Utah guy. I love the state of Utah. Might be, you know, I'm still looking for someone to give an endorsement to, throw my support behind. So so we'll see. So I'm kind of playing, you know, kind of seeing what's going on here. So those were the 5. But then there was a 6th, or was there? There was a mysterious Instagram post that somebody made. A dude named Mark Lackinger, and I hope I'm saying that right. And it looks like he got a post too. He's not on Team Fitted. He follows me on Instagram, so I'm sure I've seen his stuff before. You know, he's here. He is here. Is he here right now? Like he's in the room right now. I'm going to stand here in this pose and make everybody think that the screen's frozen. That'd be a trip. I should totally do that. There he is! Okay, so you seriously, there he is, Mark. He's there. You seriously, you're the 6th one? That's even cool. I need to see more of your stuff. I did see your post. You tagged me in a post like in July or something saying you were coming for my title. And I saw your picture and I was like, dude, that's badass. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. So I'm glad. Seriously, man, I am glad to see that you are not a bot. You are not trying to influence elections. That's awesome. So we got to get him in team. He's got to get in Team Fitted though. You know, if he's gonna win it, we gotta keep it in Team Fitted. We gotta have the Team Fitted sweep here. So it looks like there's 6 finalists, unless one of the other 5 is trolling. I don't know, but it's good stuff. And I'm real happy for the finalists, and I'm real anxious for the contest to get started. So I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that did make it this year. It was a hell of a lot of fun being a part of this contest for 2017, being the winner, representing the best I can. You know, Liz was really good to me throughout this whole thing. Wait. Dude said there were 8? Some dude from Poland? Oh, see, this is getting out of hand now. All right, I may have to do like a where are they now type of segment on this, or not where are they now, kind of like a refresh kind of segment next week or something when this all kind of rolls out. So, all right. So that's it. But yeah, so I wanted to give a shout out to those guys because I am seriously anxious to pass this torch. I mean, it's been fun, but I want somebody else to have the fun too. Let's do this. Let's keep it going. Can't wait to hear more details on it. So we're gonna move on to the next segment now. And last week I did post my email address. I didn't really post it. I kind of held up a sign that said what my email address was, but I actually got an email from Kevin Mann. I got it right here. And one moment. Yeah. You have to do this when you get old too. I could have just done this in like, you know, 72-point font, but you know, it's all right. So Kevin says, love the show. This week is the last week of the Helena Brewers' existence before relocating to Colorado Springs next season. I see you have a nice Helena collection. Would be cool to give them a shout out. Thanks, Kevin Mann. Kevin, I read that email and I thought that's a damn good idea, because I love both of those teams. Colorado Springs, obviously they spent a lot of time being a Rockies affiliate, so obviously I'm going to have some Colorado Springs stuff in my collection. Helena was one that when I first started collecting, and I talked about the Starstruck catalog and how that's kind of like the collector's Bible from the 90s. So when I got that Starstruck catalog and I start flipping through it and I'm looking at the minor league caps, there were a lot of them that, you know, being the age I was and the situation I was in, I couldn't go crazy and buy a bunch of shit like I do now, you know. But there were several hats that I looked at on a monthly basis or whenever we got them quarterly, I think. And I was like, I wish I had that hat. I wish I had this hat. And the Helena Brewers hat, the one that they wore in the 90s, that was one of them. And I did find one on eBay eventually, but then they relocated. That's right, they relocated to Orem, or well, did they? Yeah, to Provo actually, and then now Provo is Orem, and yeah, and so on and so forth. So then, when the Brewers came back in 2003, I think it was, they rebranded. Anyway, I'm going to show off my Brewers hats here. Going all the way back to that hat. And, you know, this one's authentic. You got your old style, you know, just your simple little Batterman right there. This one here, I love this hat. There was just something about just the simple H, the baseball diamond, representing the baseball diamond. You got the mountains, because Helena is in the mountains in Montana there, and then you got the gold there, which I'm assuming represents the beautiful sunsets that they have there. I actually just went on vacation up there this summer. I actually got to go to a Helena Brewers game, which I will get to in a minute. I wore this hat too. So this was my first Helena Brewers hat. I would love to see Hat Club remake this one, hint, hint. So then when they came back, they're obviously still a Brewers affiliate, hence the name. They went with this logo, the HB with the little wheat or barley or whatever that is there. Looks like a Brewers hat. It's got the same gold trimmed, gold accents there. Really nice stuff there. More of the modern type of raised border around the Batterman there. This one, and I probably should do an entire show about this someday. I love hats that have the state shapes. When they do the logos, this one's dusty too. I saw this one. This is Diamond Era material. It's just got the H with the shape of Montana behind it there. This was one I had to grab this one immediately. And something I did learn when I was in Helena, people in Montana love the shape of their state. You see it everywhere. In front of the Capitol building in Helena. Helena's the capital of Montana. A little geography for you there. They've got a big flower bed that's in the shape of the state. They're just crazy about the shape of their state. So this was my favorite Brewers hat, modern Brewers hat, if you will, because the first one is always going to be my favorite. That was until I saw this one. Boom. Kind of the same concept, but look at that. That gold crown, blue state, just amazing. More dust on this one. I gotta clean my hats. This one, this was worth going to the game. I was like, we get in the stadium and it's like, I just make a beeline right for the little concession, the little store area that they had there. Fortunately, they had this in my size. So, collector's item, if you will. I just think it's a cool hat, and I'm glad I got to, not only did I get one, but I actually got it at the source. And then I also got this one at the stadium as well, just kind of this is their home hat. I believe that's what this one was. They actually wore this one at the game I was at, though. It was a Sunday game. But, you know, just the big H with the wheat going through it there, solid navy crown. Really sweet, good stuff. That's a franchise. I mean, I'm not a Brewers fan by any stretch, but the Helena Brewers, the Pioneer League, I love Pioneer League stuff as it is, but this is one of my favorite Pioneer League teams. Sad to see them go. I understand why. You know, they've got their reasons. So yeah. So goodbye to the Helena Brewers, and their season is over. No, they've got a couple. Pioneer League still plays for a couple more days. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. So, yeah. So who knows? They left and came back once. Maybe they can do it again. And then there's Colorado Springs. Now I know that Colorado Springs is going to be reborn. The Brewers team is actually moving to Colorado Springs, but they will not be the Sky Sox. All we know is that they're going to be something with two syllable or with two names, because that's what is cool right now in minor league baseball. You know, Rumble Ponies, Jumbo Shrimp. You know, that's like the cool thing right now. I know there's other ones. Yeah, that's Cooper. That's the kind of the one I'm kind of rooting for, the Rocky Mountain Oysters. Although I think I read somewhere that what would make sense is if they went with one of the other ones and the Rocky Mountain Oysters was their food theme hat. I could see that happening, because everybody's got to have a food theme, right? So Colorado Springs, you all know the drill. Helena is moving to Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs is moving to San Antonio. I'm assuming they're going to stay the Missions. And then San Antonio is going to move to Amarillo in the Texas League. So Colorado State is going to go from being a AAA franchise to being a rookie league franchise. So that's going to be interesting. So let's show off that Colorado State collection. I have not pre-dusted any of these, so I apologize if my dust offends anybody. This is a snapback. This is not going to be my featured snapback. I understand that they did wear this as a throwback this year in a fitted version. I never saw it. I'm kind of bummed about that. I would have liked to have had a fitted version of this. This is when they were an Indians affiliate. I grabbed this on eBay super cheap a long time ago. I have no opportunity to ever wear this, but it's, you know, it's just something to have. I dig it. Now we get into the more 90s stuff. The classic Colorado Springs Sky Sox, the CSSX Colorado Springs Sky Sox. I guess, well, it doesn't make sense. You get it. Whatever. I'm not gonna try to break that down and make myself look any more foolish. Yeah. So this is when they wore in the early to mid 90s. I'm pretty sure it well into the early 2000s, I believe. And the only reason I know that is because I have this hat, which I know that they wore in 2000. Somebody told me that. Maybe that's not true, but somebody did tell me that. This is actually a game-worn hat. I don't know who Burke is. Somebody could probably find that out for me. I think I might have looked it up at one time, but, you know, this one's pretty sweet, though. This would have been a cool thing for the hometown collection, or maybe even Hat Club to remake. I like that. It's got that metallic silver, black thing going there. It's pretty sweet. It's in my size. I'm going to wait for the video to catch up so I can see what I look like. And yeah, you can totally tell this thing is a beater. You know, this was actually really, really worn a lot. So, but it's kind of cool. Gives it a little bit of character. Sacco. This one's really dusty. I got this at a Lids in Grand Junction, I believe. Many years ago. 10 years ago, at least. It was just sitting there. So, yeah, I snatched it up. Classic logo. It's beautiful. I like it. This one's my favorite. I like this one because of the simplicity of it. It's just an interlocking C and S. It's very simple. I love the colors, just the black and the hunter green. It's right in my wheelhouse for the kind of logos that I like. It's really cool. It's not too busy. It's not trying to be something more than it needs to be. This is what they wore middle of the decade. up until they rebranded. I love this one. They wore this one for the throwback year this year, but I think they did it in a 3930. All right, Mark. Hey, Mark's got to go, everybody. Congratulations again, and we'll see you. I know we're going to be seeing you. So keep coming for that crown, buddy. Buddy? I hate it when people call me buddy. Why did I just do that? Sorry about that, Mark. And then don't be calling me buddy either. I worked retail too long. I call all kinds of stupid shit. Chief, boss, buddy. This stuff just bugs me. And then the more recent Colorado Springs logo, this is what they rebranded with. And then when they changed over to Brewers, to being a Brewers affiliate, they just kept this one here. Never was a big fan of this one. It is what it is, you know. I grabbed it anyway. So that's my Colorado Springs cap collection. I do also have a couple of jerseys. I got this beauty here. Seem like I know they recycle their jerseys. Minor league baseball teams tend to. So they wore this. I was still seeing this patch on jerseys, I think well into 2010. But just a simple little mesh jersey, Sky Sox, got that skyline, got the mountains, got the city skyline right there. Number 25, don't know who that is. It's Rawlings. This was one of the first, when I started collecting jerseys, this was one of the first ones I got. And I got the road version. Gray, black pinstripes. Colorado in the script with Springs there. Just love this one. Love this one. I don't even wear the jerseys that much anymore. I would never get rid of this jersey. I just love them. I love that color. So that's that. So those are my featured hats of the day. Again, thanks to Kevin for the email. I appreciate it. I appreciate your words about the show. And I'll make an announcement with the email address at the end of the show. But if you got a suggestion, something back here that you want to see featured, feel free to throw me some ideas. I'm open. Yeah, his was the only one I got this week, but it just popped out. I'm like, that is an excellent idea. It's perfect. It's the last week of the season, so I really appreciate it. Appreciate the words. So moving on. It is that time again. I know I already showed one off, but it's time for... Wait for it.
Snapback of the week.
All right. So this one's got a little bit of history to it. Back in 1998, the Rockies Coors Field hosted the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And since my mom lives right up in that area, why do I see Leafs caps on my timeline here? That's a violation right there. I could probably report that and get you kicked off of YouTube, Leon. I know what you're trying to do. Anyway, my mom lives in Wyoming, and so, you know, this is pre-internet, before you could pretty much buy anything. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You want me to feature? Yeah, that'll be a real easy show. I could just do it from the inside of an empty room. Leon gets the show canceled. Anyway, I couldn't just go to my local website and buy whatever I wanted, you know. I mean, I had to do it old school. So I called my mom, asked her to go down to the store, go down to the mall, and find me a hat. I wanted a 1998 Colorado Rockies All-Star Game hat. This is what she came up with. Now, this was the secondary logo. This was not the primary logo, but this hat has so much special meaning to me, mostly because my mother, who couldn't give two shits about hats, went to the mall and found this for me. She hooked it up. I mean, how many moms do that kind of stuff? You know? that's really cool. And I wasn't like, that's the wrong hat. I love this hat. I was so happy with this hat. If for any reason, I've only seen one other of this hat out there. So it was on eBay. I could have snagged it, but I didn't. Somebody else got it. Lucky sons of bitches. It's got the cool old Batterman on there, on the back there. So it's fitted, good stuff. But in the back of my mind, I always wanted to have that primary logo, the #1 logo on a fitted cap. So when lids started getting all crazy and started doing all kinds of patches and different kind of stuff, they actually did do a line of All-Star Game logos on hats. One problem. It's a snapback. But I got the hat. I had to have it, It's clean, purple visor. It's got the, the white and the black on the crown there. But that logo, I love this logo. I'm biased. I'm not going to lie. I am definitely biased. 1998, Jesus, that's 20 years ago now. That's just unreal to me. One size fits most. This right now, worldwide exclusive. First time I'm putting this on outside of when I sized it to make sure that it was actually going to be at the ready if I wanted to wear it. There you go. This is the most time this hat is spent on my head. I don't have anything against snapbacks per se. I mean, it's like I said last week. Snapbacks are a fact of life. It is what it is. They're just there. Would we all prefer all of our snapbacks were fitteds? Of course we do. But it is what it is. I wanted this logo on a hat. I've got it. So that's it. That's my snapback of the week right there. However, there's a postscript to this story. I found on eBay, boom, a fitted New Era solid black cap with the primary logo on it. And as a bonus, it has a secondary logo on the back too. This one is a 7 1/8. I had to go to New Era LA when they were still on Melrose, and unfortunately they could not block it. The blocking machine was down, but it's a little snug. I could probably hat jacket and make it work, but yeah, so I did get it. So there is a happy ending to this snapback story, and that's that. All right, so I'm anxious for Coors to get another All-Star game. I think, could you imagine a home run derby at Coors Field without the balls being in the humidor? That would just be close shot of the mountains. On what, TJ, the fitted or the snapback? I guess it doesn't matter. Did you really? Cooper went to the one in '98. That's awesome. I watched it on TV, so, maybe I saw you. That's what you want to see, TJ? There you go. Close shot of the mountains. That's a nice logo. Very happy with it. Yeah, I would love to see another All-Star game go to Coors Field, but I can. I'd also like to see Nolan Arenado get the MVP that he deserves. But Major League Baseball does what Major League Baseball wants. All right. So I've been on here for almost 45 minutes now. Yeah, he wants everything. Yeah, he does. That's why we love TJ. So I kind of teased a little bit when I was talking about the show tonight I was going to say some words about the whole Nike Colin Kaepernick thing. I try not to stray into controversial topics other than pizzas. It's not my thing. I consider myself very well read when it comes to current events. I mean, I was raised that way by my father. You know, my father and I had one teacher who were polar opposites politically with their views, and I consider both of them to be my two primary influences as far as how I think, because it having these two men influence me helped me learn to see both sides of a story before I run my mouth. Do I live by that always? No, but that's what I always tried to do. So I always tried to look at both sides of an issue. It's hard to do these days because of the popularity of social media and you know, the 24-hour news cycle, and everybody just pops off immediately. You know, if something happens, immediately you've got 10,000 yahoos screaming about it. You know, and you say the wrong thing, it's crazy these days. So, you know, I've kind of felt like my best course of action was just to not say anything, you know, which is really sad because I used to have some really awesome conversations with people, both people that I agreed with and people that I disagreed with. And, you know, I learned a lot. We parted friends. All was good. It's hard to do these days. So, you know, last week, a news story came out where In-N-Out, beloved burger chain in California, donated $25,000 to the California Republican Party. Big fucking deal, okay? Because they donate money to Democrats also. But the chair of the Democratic Party in California gets on Twitter or whatever like that and starts screaming, boycott In-N-Out, you know? And even Democrats were like, yeah, dude, that's not happening. Okay, we love In-N-Out. Just knock it off. You know, and I always say boycotts are stupid anyway, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's, you know, boycotting Chick-fil-A, boycotting Hamilton, you know, like fucking right-wingers are going to go down to watch a production of Hamilton anyway, you know, whatever. It's just dumb, you know, and you call more attention to something that probably, if you just hadn't said anything, it would just go away and nobody would care. You know, that's just how I feel about it. I'm not a big, yes I do, Professor. I do actually have a couple of them. I'm not going to get into that right now though. Maybe another time. I showed them off on Team Fitted. I was doing a segment on the top shelf. Don't ask. You know, just boycotts are just stupid, you know, and I don't know what's dumber. The person who calls for the boycott, the person who calls out the person who's calling for the boycott, or the person who boycotts because somebody else tells them that they should boycott. I mean, it's just dumb. Have your own mind. Think for yourself. It's dumb. Which leads me to this whole Nike thing, okay? Now, I remember the game, it was a preseason game. Nobody paid attention, except somebody noticed that Colin Kaepernick took a knee during the national anthem, okay? Big deal. I always kind of liked Colin Kaepernick, you know? My God, he's my favorite football play of all time. You know, Kaepernick, Richard Sherman tipping the ball in the end zone, boom, interception, Seahawks go to the Super Bowl. You know, I mean, he's part of that. He's always going to be a part of my sports history. And I'm frozen on some funky face right now. Like, looks like I don't know, like I just took some bad acid or something. You know, after Kaepernick's first season, I remember he got a lot of heat because he was out wearing a Miami Dolphins hat. And people are like, dude, you're a 49er. Why are you going to wear a Dolphins hat? And he's just like, where would I want to wear? It doesn't mean anything. I was like, right on. Good for that dude, you know? I know. I'm totally, yeah. So, whatever. So the kneeling things happen, and then everybody, you know, right away chooses sides and blah, 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 and this and that. And I'm just like, you know what? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You know, he's got his reasons for doing it. Dude came out and said it was no disrespect to the military. You know, it's no, he respects those people. He has his reasons for doing it. people want to make it into more than it is. People start burning Kaepernick jerseys, you know, and then this Nike thing happens today. And it's like, so, well, it didn't happen today, but, you know, they have that ad campaign. So what? Who cares? And now you got these freaks burning their shoes and you know, saying they're never going to spend another dime on Nike. Okay, first off, you're lying. Okay, one, that's bullshit. You're going to buy Nike shit, okay? That would be like finding out that New Era donated money to something that you guys are against or whatever. I'm never buying New Era again. Right, yeah, you know, there's going to be you down there, you know, like, you know, I just can't quit. So what? It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's just, I just think that boycotts are just dumb. I gotta need a drink. I was going somewhere with this. I'm not gonna get into it any further. I see a lot of people talking though, making fun of a certain segment of the population for burning their shit. I get that. You know, I don't know. I guess it's just my nature to kind of see both sides of it, even though I think both sides are pretty stupid in this instance. Half of my sports wardrobe is Nike. I go to buy a t-shirt, it's a Nike t-shirt. It's, you know, my shoes, that's all I wear. I mean, I shouldn't even show this off because I know I'm going to get a lot of grief because it's, you know, I mean, it's a Nike shoe, okay? These shoes are friggin' comfortable too, so I don't care. I don't do the whole, you know, Air Jordan, all that crazy stuff you guys are all into, but, you know, it's a shoe. In fact, you want to know, this ad, this Colin Kaepernick ad, is not offensive to me at all. Nor should it be offensive to anybody. What offends me most about Nike, Oregon football uniforms. That's what offends me about Nike more than anything. I'm going to leave it at that. So, I know a lot of you have opinions about this. I hope anything that I've said doesn't offend you. Actually, I don't care if it offends you. You know, boycott the Interstate 19 report. That'd be funny. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So in 3 weeks, nobody's going to be talking about this. Everyone will have moved on to being outraged about something else. So that's what I wanted to say. And the only reason I brought that up is not because I was trying to stir the pot or anything. It's just been on my mind because I can't turn on Twitter or anything without seeing somebody's meme about white people burning their lawns, which is hilarious actually. Some dude, I think Leon posted the thing about some dude lighting his shoes on fire while he's still wearing them, which that's just hilarious. I don't know if they're monarchs or not. I know I was all into the monarchs for a while, not because they were monarchs, but just because they were cheap and they were comfortable and they were a color that I liked and it went with anything I wore. That's pretty much how I roll when it comes to my shoes. I just like Nike, you know. It is what it is. Not really big into Reebok or, I mean Adidas. Obviously, I think I run DMC. That's the old school in me, and shitty uniforms and hats. That's what I think of when I think of Adidas. You know, I like Nike except for Oregon football jerseys, and so that's it. So that's all I got to say about that, guys. I apologize for my rant. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. That's more Chicago Joe's territory to have the off-topic rants, but you know, it's kind of sports related and we're all big sports fans here, so I just thought I'd chime in with that. I'm totally frozen on this screen here. I still have that same look, so I'm going to try to refresh this real quick and see what happens. See if I'm still frozen on that face. Wow, I am too. It's crazy. All right, so that's all I got for tonight. So, you know, shout out to everybody who helped put all this together. Leon for hooking me up with the awesome hat as usual. Appreciate it as always. Shout out to Kevin for suggesting the topic. I got to be honest about that. If I hadn't done the Helena Brewers and the Sky Sox stuff today, I would have been bummed out that I missed an opportunity. So I appreciate you for that. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you have any questions about the show, or if you have a suggestion about what you'd like to see on the show, you can email me at this address right here, i19report@gmail.com. And if there's somebody out there that you want to dedicate a cap to, you want to say something touching to somebody else, and you want to say it with a cap, one of the caps in my collection, you can send me that cap request, and I will read it on the air, live, like I'm doing right now. i19report@gmail.com. So, again, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in, and I want to give a shout out to the other hosts, everyone you know and love. D-Lock on Monday nights, he missed this week. That's because he's got that crazy work schedule. But you know he's going to be back. You got me on Tuesdays. It is Tuesday. Tomorrow, you got Joe, Chicago Joe, doing Worst Collection Wednesdays. Thursday, you got Swartz Day Thursdays with Brett Swartz. Friday, copyright free Big Dave show. I'm hoping anyway. I don't know who saw that show. I still see the video, but it doesn't look like it's on our public page. Because he might have played just a little bit of too much of the new Eminem album. So, and then on Sundays, you got Fitted Era News with my boy Q. He's hilarious, always puts on a good show. Yeah, you got to check that out too. So, yeah, that's it. So, if you like what you're seeing and you're not already subscribed, click that subscribe button. I feel like one of those dorks that always says that. Now that's me. So let's boost that viewership up and yeah, subscribe. So thanks again for tuning in. Team Fitted TV, exclusively on YouTube, where the caps are. And that's it. And I'm going to do this again because I don't know how else to turn this off. So bye, everybody.